Residents in Johannesburg's Linmeyer suburb are at their wits' end over a prolonged power outage there. Making matters worse is the lack of clarity or explanation provided on what's caused the issue. Well, Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana is in the area and joins me now with more details. Zola, the issue of power outages is really becoming a challenge and problematic, especially after the death of 3-year-old Newzroom, who, as we know, her oxygen machine failed after power outages in the area took place. What are residents in Linmeyer saying this morning?
Yes, you're right, Ntokozo. We got to speak to some of the residents who really stressed out the frustration that, the issue of power outages caused in the area. You would remember that City Power has terminated about 110 subcontractors, and residents think that that could also possibly be one of the reasons why they're left with power for more than 24 hours. Now, Ntokozo, if you could allow me to introduce Mr. Marco, who is one of the community leaders of the area. Sir, you've been left without electricity for quite some time, and there are people that rely on oxygen as well. We spoke earlier that there's a family that's been immensely affected by this outage.
Yes, it's been without electricity about 50 hours or so now, and the resident who has to be left with the oxygen has to be sent to hospital because she can't stay in the comfort of her home, which is also going throughout different parts of the suburb. Like yesterday, the area over, they hadn't had electricity for about 21 hours or so, and it's been really affecting these residents because it takes 3 days or so just to switch on a switch or just to come to the substations just to fix a fuse or whatnot.
So have you been maybe receiving communication from Joburg City about the unplanned power outages?
I'm speaking with the councillors to help with the community, which then I provide feedback to those residents on behalf. It's been difficult because he can't then give their feedback to it, because he has to then wait from them, and it's quite difficult.
Mm-hmm. So you said later on the day we'll be speaking to a family that's been immensely affected by these power outages. As a result, the mother had to be rushed to hospital because she relies on oxygen machine. Yes.
It really is difficult because what can we say when we can't even provide electricity to keep them on oxygen, and whoever else that has problems in the area who needs them, and there's people complain that the food is going off. They can't keep phones charged if there's an emergency in the area, which can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's speak about how this has affected small businesses that are operating in the area.
It's really difficult, I guess, for them because it's the generators that need to be kept on running for the whole night or even day, just because of this. And I guess how can they keep up running when this is all, and then on top of it with load shedding for 4 hours and 2 hours in between, it really is a problem.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marco. Now, clearly this has been an issue in the area. He says also they have to deal with load shedding and also unplanned power cuts. And you can imagine people that are relying on oxygen machine, they now have to be rushed in hospital. And later on we'll be speaking to Nehemiah's father, who also died in the hands of her mother as she was relying on oxygen for breathing. So we were told that there's certain parts of the area that are still without electricity, and there hasn't been communication rather from the councillors and City Power as to when the power will be restored. Back to you, Ntokozo.
Certainly a story that we'll keep watching for developments. Thank you, Zola.